Hey everybody, welcome back to Prescription Bourbon. I'm DMC from Louisville, Kentucky. Today's video is part of a Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond Whiskey Challenge. So it's going to be a three-part series, but here I have the lineup of 10 Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond whiskeys, and we're going to split these up and go through and do blind tasting. So Heaven Hill, in my opinion, is the undisputed king of Bottle and Bond. This is 10 offerings they have right here. They do have a couple other ones that are special release offerings, not normal, like William Heaven Hill and Parker's Heritage. So those, they have had Bottle and Bond releases of those in the past, but those are not standard releases. So this 10 bottle lineup is kind of in order of price. These three on your left are sometimes considered Kentucky only releases, so you may be able to find them in some surrounding states. We've got T.W. Samuels, J.W. Dant, and J.T.S. Brown. Like I say, all these are bottle and bond, so they're all 100 proof. They're all age minimum 4 years. So obviously they filed the 1897 Bottle and Bond Act as far as the rules and regulations go. So all the whiskey in each bottle is from the same distiller, from the same distilling season. Aged minimum 4 years. There's a few in the list that we'll get to that are aged longer than that, but they're called out what their age is. So yeah, so these three bottles typically, I say, are on the low end of the price, are in that $12 price range, $10 to $15. I don't know if there's actually a sticker on this. This is a 1.75 liter. I have the T.W. Samuels, and this 1.75 was only $19.99. I just bought this like 2 years ago, so obviously you can find these cheap. The Evan Williams is the first of their flagship brands, and this Bottle and Bond ranges in price from $15 to $20. So we'll see how it does. These next three are not actually bourbons. Two of them we're going to take out of the tasting. The first is Mellow Corn, which is straight corn whiskey, which means its mash bill is at least 80% corn, and it's aged in new, uncharred oak barrels. Sacred Bond is a brandy from the Christian Brothers brand that Heaven Hill owns. This is actually pot distilled in California and aged a minimum of 4 years in used bourbon barrels. So these two, the Mellow Corn and the Sacred Bond, were taken out. Next up is Rittenhouse Rye. This is not a bourbon either. It's a straight rye whiskey, but it's a 51% mash bill rye, so barely a straight rye. I think it fits in real well with the bourbons, so we're going to leave this in. All right, so prices on these. Mellow Corn is about the same price as Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, I would say, in that $15 to $20 price range. And the Sacred Bond brandy and this Rittenhouse Rye are about the same price point. I'd say $25 to $30 price point on these. You might be able to find them cheaper in some places. These next three are the ones that have a higher age statement. Starting with the Heaven Hill, it has a 7-year age statement. And this used to have a 6-year age statement and used to be down in the $20 price range. They took it off the market, relabeled it, and now it's got 7 years, and it's in about the $40 price range. Let's call it $45. I can buy it around here for $40, but it's probably a $45 price range. Other parts of the country. This Old Fitzgerald Bottle and Bond is exciting. This is a wheated mash bill. They've had a Bottle and Bond Old Fitzgerald available for 5+ years. It comes in a cut glass decanter style bottle. A lot of people like to collect those. Prices on those are pretty steep, $150, $200+. So last year they came out with this 7-year and this blown glass that kind of looks like a decanter. It's really cool. Got a cool wooden top, and the glass itself is cool too. And this is in the $55 to $60 price point. So nice price point on that. And it's also 7 years. So the Heaven Hill and the Old Fitzgerald are 7-year. The Henry McKenna over here is a 10-year age statement, so it's the oldest on the table. And it is also a single barrel, so you want a single barrel. But these were hard to find a couple years back. They were highly sought after, and now they become more available. And the price has come back down. The price had shot up to $65+. Now I can regularly find these in the $50 price point, so we'll call it $55. So this guy is the oldest on the table. All right, so like I say, we're going to get rid of the Mellow Corn and the Sacred Bond. All right, so now that those are gone, we've got 2 groups of 4. We're going to do some blind tastings. I don't want to do all the low price ones together and all the high prices together though, so we're going to mix these up. So I don't know exactly how I want to do this, but I'm going to take these 2 out of this group and these 2 out of this group. Alright, and this is how we're going to taste these. So I'm going to start with this group. First video, I'm going to do a blind tasting of these 4, and the top 2 will advance. I'm going to do a second video of these 4, and the top 2 will advance. I won't know which ones advance to the final, so I'm going to do a final third video with the top 2 of this group and the top 2 of this group competing against each other, and pick an order of what tastes the best. So it could be all the low price ones in that final one. It could be all the high price ones. I won't know. The beauty of editing a video is I can go back and see what they were and put the notes on the screen for you. So you'll know which ones I'm tasting as I go. I won't know not only during each of these 2 blinds, I won't even know at the end of the blind which ones advanced. When I get to the final video, you'll know which ones are in it. I won't. And then when I get to the final reveal, we'll find out what wins out. All right, so let me get these guys off the table. Let me get these guys poured, and we'll start the first video. So I've got the bottles separated. This is the first blind of these 4. I've got them poured. I've got them mixed up. So let me get them off the table here. And go through. Give them a nose, give them a taste. So color on these varies ever so slightly, but it's got a good amber, darker amber color. So call this glass A on the left. All right, it's got a good caramel nose to it. 100 proof, they're all the same, so nothing super proofy. Class B. Alright, it has a slight oaky rickhouse smell to it, so I get that a lot with Heaven Hill stuff, so it could be an older product, but definitely some oak. Class C. Similar to B, not we do A again. Yeah, similar to B, but not as oaky. And Class D. Brown sugar on this one. That one may be the darkest also. Hard to tell, but just stands out just ever a tinge darker than the other ones. Alright, go through and taste these. Class A. Cheers. Alright, so Glass A has a little bit of sweetness up front, not a whole lot. It's got a little bit of a bready yeastiness to it. So, younger side most likely. 2 of these 4 are 4 years old, 2 of these 4 are 7 years old. And it's got some, just a mild warmth going down. I mean, they're all 100 proof, and but it does have a little bit of a spice on the finish, so a little bit of cinnamon spice. So. Class B. All right, so B has more of a spice hit. It's more all over the tongue, the top of the tongue, especially more all on the tongue. The warmth was maybe a little bit more than the first one down, but not hot or anything. I think I got the little slight rickhouse smell on this nose. Interestingly enough, I'm also getting a rye note on this one too. Just I would associate it with the rye whiskey or something. Somewhat of almost an evergreen note on it. So now Definitely has some oak on the finish though too. So that oak that I did get on the nose does hit on the taste also. So spice level was not as prominent on that last sip. So yeah, might have liked glass A slightly better than glass B. So glass C, said it was a similar nose to B. That's from the oak standpoint. I'm not getting the evergreen notes on this one. All right, that one definitely has some sweetness. Definitely has some cinnamon spice on the tail end. It's definitely hanging on the tongue. It had the same warmth going down. There was some oak in there and all that. So that is a straight up tasty bourbon right there. So I think that's probably the front runner at the moment. So. And glass D. Not as sweet as C was. Spicier, well, I would say. Actually got some tingling on my lips and stuff on that one. It's definitely spicy. That's lingering. There was some oak in there too, so nice. All right, let me cleanse my palate and come back through and taste them again in reverse order just real quick and pick which ones are advancing. So, all right, palate's cleansed. Go back through and taste them again. Class D, cheers. All right, I got a little bit of viscosity on that I hadn't gotten before. Not sweet as I said. I'd say oak is the prevalent taste on that one. So even the spice is not super prevalent. All right, class C. All right, yeah, delicious. It does have some sweetness. It does have spice mid palate. It does have a little oak. It's got the spice on the back palate. All the spiciness I've been getting today has been cinnamon spice. So I'm going to say he's front runner right now. All right, this one's, I think, the oakiest for sure on the taste. It's got a really good spice level too. And although I enjoy good oak, I don't know if I'm looking for that today. I'm enjoying, I think, the sweet more than the oak so far today. So let's see where that one sits. All right, in class A. All right, A is nice on the nose, and taste, I definitely am getting that yeastiness on that. So I'm going to knock this guy as last, and let me pick between B and D, which one's going to advance with C. Nose goes to D. All right, D definitely has oak. Also, B and D, they both have the oak. I'm enjoying the oak better on D. The nose is better on D. So I'm going to do D. So C and D are going to advance. I don't know which ones they are. You'll know here on the video. And A and B are eliminated. So tune in next time, and we'll do the other 4 bottles and pick the top 2 from it. And then those top 2 will go up against these top 2 in a final 3rd video. Can't wait to see who wins out. So, all right, everybody. Keep watching these. Stay tuned. Appreciate everybody. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Leave some comments down below. You know, if you like Heaven Hill, what's your favorite Hill expressions? You know, what do you think of them? Remember, everybody, all bourbon is whiskey, but all whiskey is not bourbon. Best bourbon comes from Kentucky. Cheers.